Hey guys, welcome Gleam Teamers. It's been a little bit, but we're back here with a reaction video to the newest Marvel Cinematic Adventure, Doctor Strange. As always, I'm Pat Casey, and I'm here with the Wong to my Doctor Strange.
Yeah, no,
Places.
apparently I'll get you all those books and everything you need.
Do you want to be Wong or do you want to be Baron Mordo?
No, we'll go with
Same?
Wong.
Yeah.
We'll go with Wong.
All right.
We'll go with Wong.
So, Doctor Strange, this is like, I would say this is Marvel going out on a limb on the lines of like Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out.
It's definitely right there because Doctor Strange has not had as much of the power behind like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man. Like
Right.
those are obviously big names. Talk to almost anybody before even the movies, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I kind of remember that character."
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people with Doctor Strange would be like,
Right. Plus, just the introducing magic. I mean, you had a little bit with Thor, but they kind of make it like
"Sciencey
science
and everything,
yeah.
right?"
But this is straight like mysticism and I guess what would you call it? Like just straight magic. I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. And I've always been a sucker for that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was getting comics every week in my box, I was subscribed to a bunch of the B-list things, and they just weren't Captain America and Iron Man. But I liked some Doctor Strange. I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy book that started right after Annihilation, just because they weren't always in the mainstream, so they could do what they want.
Right.
And now that you're bringing Doctor Strange into the mainstream, it's not TV series, it's not a Netflix series, so it is having to keep to the set of rules they've already established with what they're willing to do.
So, is this gonna pay? Did this pay off? Did this gamble pay off like Guardians did? What did you think of the actual movie?
I think it definitely paid off. It paid off in a different way than Guardians did, but I certainly think it paid off. I think it's a great film, period.
Mm-hmm.
I had such a blast watching it. Yes, some people are going to give, it's Inception light kind of deal, and that's just due to some similarities between visual effects and practical effects. But I thought it was really well done. The script was great, all the actors were great, and it's all taken to the next level with its visual effects. They were stunning, and I can easily say this is the first movie I regret not seeing in 3D.
Right. I 100% agree with you. I think that this is probably Marvel's most visually stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel has been really attacked recently by having sort of like a sameness to all their movies. Like they're shot, you kind of knew like very slickly. Like there wasn't like a lot of style, I guess you would say, behind their other films.
They didn't.
Guardians of the Galaxy aside, I think Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians went so far out there, but Marvel was also willing to let Guardians go so far out there.
But like like the Thors and the Iron Mans and the Caps, they're all kind of shot very similarly.
Well,
this is the first time, in my opinion, that you could actually say that this looks like nothing that you've seen in
very true, and they needed to do that. Otherwise, you would never have bought into the mysticism. But with the Marvel cinematic verse in general, they've always been it's the heroes, it's the heroes, it's the heroes, and when your hero is able to totally manipulate the fabric of reality,
right,
then you can do that.
Right. But the other criticism that I've heard for Doctor Strange, I mean, it's doing very well.
Oh yeah, internationally,
yeah, and I think it'll probably end up with like an 87 mil. They were looking at like between 81 or 87 mil first weekend. But some of the criticism that I have heard is that Doctor Strange himself, the actual character, is very similar to Tony Stark in that he is a arrogant rich dude who through an accident ends up having a change of the way that he looks at life and trying to not be as arrogant as before.
Yeah, those lines are definitely more similar than a lot of other of the heroes. I mean, Stephen Rogers was always a good guy. Then he got the ability to do what he needed to do. Hulk went through traumatic experiences and he's continuing to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
Thor's just Thor, who
Yeah.
got slapped on the wrist and he's like, I've been a bad boy.
Yeah.
And then everything
Right.
went back to normal. But, yeah, this is the first time we're now, 12 heroes deep?
Yeah.
There's going to be some more similarities because a lot of this still ties back into
I mean, that doesn't
the
bother
arc
me.
of a hero. There are
Right.
so many similarities because we keep telling almost the same story a little bit different ways over and over again.
I mean-
Marvel's been at this now for over 10 years?
Yeah.
No, almost 10 years.
About,
Almost 10 years because we've
like
said
2000, what was it, 2000, maybe 2003 is
Right.
when Iron Man came out.
that. So it's not surprising. It's not full circle, but you're going to always feel those elements.
Right, and that doesn't really bother me either, because I mean, if you look at all superheroes in one form or another, you're gonna find like, you know, you have the Flash, and then you have Quicksilver, and then
Right,
you have
right.
like,
So
there are characters that are similar.
it's there, but it's not too bad.
What'd you think of Cumberbatch as Strange?
I think the trailers did his accent a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
Got into the movie, no problems.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. Obviously Cumberbatch is one of the most arrogant actors ever, so it just works out. I mean, not as a person, but as an actor,
can
that's
play
just
it.
what he keeps
Yeah.
getting, and it works.
I mean, if you look at his cinematography or his filmography,
Right.
You could see. I mean, like, you know, his Sherlock and everything. He usually is playing someone that's much smarter than
Right.
the other person is. And I thought the supporting cast also very, very good. I mean, this is the first time I'm pretty sure this is the first time that you've had your top three people in the Marvel movie be three, you know, Academy Award nominated, and in some cases, I think Tilda Swinton Academy Award winning people
Right.
filling in these roles.
It is cool that Marvel is able to do it. It's going to change the landscape of things because how many people have been asked to do them? Like, no, it's just a superhero movie. I'm not going to get close to that. Or some people have done the superhero movie and kind of regretted it, and now it's getting on a more even playing field with the rest of Hollywood.
And I think you'll see that trend continue because if you look at the Black Panther cast that's coming up, again, another like just filled to the brink with people that are high quality actors. So I think you're going to see that trend start to shift a little bit. Yeah, and I thought they all filled their role. I mean, as any movie, you know, I could say that I would have liked to see, you know, maybe like Wong, who is Doctor Strange's sort of like, I guess, librarian.
Librarian, tutor.
Yeah, I mean, he gets to do a little bit, but I would have liked to see him do a little bit more, get a little bit more to play with. Rachel McAdams is in the movie. She doesn't really have a lot to do.
But what she does is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's not anything that I would say is a detriment to the movie.
No.
But it would have been great to see her maybe have some more to play with there. The other negative that I would say, and is nothing like having two middle-aged white people talk about this.
You're the one above 30, Pat.
Oh,
Speak
that
for
is true.
yourself.
Okay. The cultural appropriation and kind of the whitewashing of the story.
Right.
It's very sensitive to a lot of, or how it treats minorities in the actual movie.
So we're in that age now of we're going back 40, 50 plus years to reinvigorate some of the story stuff. So you're getting caught in the culture appropriation, but as written. And it's a weird little battle there. One of the rumors I heard when we were coming close to release for this film was the role of the Ancient One, who was being played by Tilda Swinton, who did a really good job.
Yeah.
But the Ancient One was a ancient Tibetan mystic.
Yeah.
China is now one of the biggest film
Box office.
in the world, literally because there are over a billion people there.
Yeah, right.
So, China has a huge problem with Tibet as a free state and everything else. Tibetan propaganda and whatever you want to call it, but China has a big problem with that. And so, in not being able to show it in China, switch it around a little bit, boom, you get an Ancient One who is Celtic.
Right, yeah. Now, I mean, if you're going to whitewash apart, just throw Tilda Swinton in there. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Right. I mean, Tilda Swinton is definitely not your typical white person. I mean, look
Right.
at her biography of her film roles, and it is out there. I mean, she
Yeah.
has played a angel that's gone against God. She's
Yeah.
playing any other random thing. So it still stings, and we're still going to have to address it, but it definitely could have been worse.
Yes, I think that is the case. Yeah, I completely understand if you're a minority and you watch this and you don't like it because of that reason. But not having that baggage for us going in, I guess, is you could talk about it and say, it would have been nice if, like, let's say some of the Asian people that were in the movie actually did some martial arts instead of like the only big guy Wong. You don't actually get to see him do anything. And it does have a little
training
bit
segments and
Yeah,
stuff like that, but not prominent. I mean, this was a fairly eclectic group.
right. Yes, that's fine. It also it kind of has the curse of the Last Samurai sort of situation where the white young or middle-aged male comes in and is the best at something that is stereotypically
Not associated with his
exactly
race, right?
Yeah. So I mean that is you're gonna come with that baggage,
Right.
but I think it comes with the territory. So overall, I think we both really enjoyed it. I would say it's
Totally.
top tier Marvel films.
It is definitely up there. The only thing that kind of beats it out right now would definitely be, I think, Iron Man 1 and Civil War.
Yeah, I would say that it's right up there with the two Cap movies, the first
yeah,
Avenger
Winter Soldier,
movie.
yeah.
I would put it on the upper tier in it, and it looks like it's going to be, I'm excited to see the next one, and hopefully they keep on trying to expand our minds. So we have a little spoiler at the end of this, so we're just going to go ahead and warning. If you want to find us on the internet, where are they going to find you?
Now on this channel, I do comment on YouTube every once in a while, so you can see me on YouTube at Kovo375.
There you go.
And if not on any of the Facebook links, is the
Alright.
best way to find me.
And you can find me at GleamTeam_Pat1. As always, please comment, like this video. The Gleam Team Pop Culture Podcast. We have podcasts that come out. You can find us on iTunes. You can find my cohorts on there. Matt has ideas, and Catherine at GleamTeam_Cat KAT.
Also, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
we are
please.
expecting more of this stuff now that we have a very clean hub to distribute it.
Yeah, and we have Everybody's a Critic, which is the other thing with me and Scott Eshelman on it. So please go there, like the videos, comment, tell us what you think if you have other new ideas. So now if you've been warned, it's spoiler time. We're going to talk about the two buttons. So there were two buttons in the movie. One right after the credits is Doctor Strange meets Thor.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A general theme of the movie was this is actually one of the funnier Marvel movies as written, and that was really cool. That carried over into this button and instantly
Basically-
connected Doctor Strange to Thor.
Yeah,
Like, hey, I'm gonna be in your business.
Right.
Let's go.
And basically, it's almost, I can tell you that's probably like they did with in Civil War, where was it Civil War? Which one? Or Ant-Man?
Well, yeah.
Ant-Man had the button where it was like
Right.
basically a scene from Civil War put in there. This is obviously a scene from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I would be
Right-
very
right
surprised
there.
if this, if not in parts, didn't show up.
And it was very cool to see them interact. Thor and Doctor Strange gets them into the Marvel
And this
Avenger
would
universe.
this would have the most crossover for Doctor Strange because how Thor and the Asgards do their stuff is very similar to the magic, and they call it science. Earthlings call it magic. That whole line. So it's going to be very cool to see that. And in this button, you saw Doctor Strange in his iconic costume.
his
pretty
iconic
much.
look.
He finally had the gloves. The cape was a little bit more primped out. The suit finally came together, and that was really cool to get there.
And then the final button, Baron Mordo killing Benjamin Bratt. He basically that's 100% a setup for
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange too. Yeah. So he's out there eliminating wizards. So we'll see where that leads to. I mean, that's fine. I was kind of thought that maybe there'd be like a funnier button at the end, because usually when they do the two buttons, one is kind of just a comedic thing,
right,
and the other one is a setup for another Marvel movie.
And it was funny that the first button was both of those.
Yeah, basically. Go see Doctor Strange.
Highly recommend it. Hopefully you can avoid the dude bro sitting behind you. But overall, great movie, and also some really great trailers.
Yeah.
So get out there when you can.
All right, guys. Thanks again. And by the holy host of Hoggoth. Is that Hoggoth? Or is it the Winds of Watu?
You can tell we don't practice this beforehand. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Winds of Watu!
Get out. Go.